Hello and everyone, welcome to this game of baseball with the Wonder Weasels and someone else. I don't remember the team name. That doesn't matter. This is Dante, I'm your narrator, here with Neo Raptor.
Hello, this is Neo, and I'm totally serious today because this is a very important game.
It really is. Well, I tell you, you know what, fuck it. Let's just read X-Death Wants a Baby.
Yeah.
X-Death is
This
standing.
is boring. Ugh.
Ugh. X-Death is standing in front of the door to a room he thinks the person inside will be in. He knocks a few times and then waits a while.
Come in!
Calls the person X-Death wants to see. He enters the room that he is glad to see who has one person in it. The mad clown himself, Kafka. The clown turns to see X-Death enter.
Why, X-Death?
Exclaims Kafka.
What brings you here?
Well, I was wondering if you have sleeping powder or know who does, replies X-Death as he looks at Kafka's collections of creepy things, one of them being the head of a stuffed bunny sewn into the body of a teddy bear and vice versa.
Well, I never use anything that put my toys to sleep.
Exclaims Kafka.
I like them awake when I wanna play with them. So I use paralyzing powder bombs. Why? What wicked plan do you have in mind?
It doesn't matter, says X-Death as he turns to leave. Suddenly, Bars magically appears in the doorway.
Come on, tell me.
Whines Kafka.
I wanna be in on your fun.
You can't, barks X-Death. Besides, I'm not going that far.
Then tell me what you're going to do if you're not going to have fun with them.
Whines Kafka. If you must know, I want a child, admitted X-Death.
Say what now?
Exclaims Kafka with an eyebrow raised. What I'm going to tell you is to never leave this room, exclaims X-Death, who waited until Kafka nods to continue. I've been worrying about my death. I'm a tree that makes me capable of growing old and dying, but unlike humans, I never go through menopause. Therefore, I have no chances to make kids. I've been using sorcery to make myself younger, but that uses energy. I should be using that energy to put people into the void, so I thought of making myself a child to raise into one that will do the energy wasting for me.
Ah, now I get it,
says Kafka.
Well, you'll have to ask around then.
Then he makes the vase vanish. Okay, mutters X-Death walking out the door. I'll be back for some of that paralyzing powder.
I'll have some ready for you in 2 hours,
calls Kafka as X-Death closes the door behind him. He found the sleeping powder in Kuja's possession. X-Death is working on a sleeping powder bomb when Kafka comes into the castle.
You ran for me,
he says. Yes, I did, replies X-Death. I need your help. I need either COD or Ultimace's used pads.
Why do you need a used pad?
asks Kafka. The one I chose to be the vessel of the child I want to create is Bart's, responds X-Death. The problem is that he's a male, so he's not going to be able to do it. I'm going to need to change all that. I just need some ingredients for the device, but I'll need your help.
I'm going to put a surprise in their toilets anyway,
says Kafka.
So I'll get you a few used pads.
Just one, please, says X-Death. An hour before Kafka left, he comes back with a used pad in hand. X-Death takes it and sets it next to a small flower pot. Now watch this, exclaims X-Death. Suddenly, both the flower pot and used pad begins to grow. When they've stopped glowing, it looks like the top of the flower pot has a tube of floss attached to it. It is next to a clean pad. Now all I need to do is put in Bart's body part just right, says X-Death. Then I can torture him in more ways than one. Kafka leaves the castle as X-Death goes to where he is sure the target will be. In a clearing in a forest, Bart and Zidane are playing tag. Suddenly, X-Death appears near the ledge where Kafka by his side. The two heroes summons their weapons and get into a fighting stance.
What do you want?
demands Zidane. I want Bart's to come with the bee, X-Death bluntly says. Oh yeah, says Bart's. Fat chance. Then I have no other choice, says X-Death as he tosses something. The thing he tossed explodes and slowly fills the clearing with a cloud of powder.
Quick, Bart!
exclaims Zidane.
Close your eyes and hold your breath
Both of them did that, but in the cover of the cloud of powder, Exodus punches Bart in the stomach hard enough to knock the air out of his lungs, making him breathe in the same sleeping powder that took immediate effect. Within seconds, he faced in Exodus' arms. Zidane makes it out of the cloud of sleeping dust without any problems. When the cloud dissipates, he sees Exodus throw an unmoving Bart over his shoulder. Before he made it halfway to the helping his best friend, Exodus teleports both of them away. Then he hears a cackling sound. He turns around to see Kefka laughing his head off.
Hey, do you know where he's taking Bart?
Demands Zidane.
Oh, it wouldn't do you any good to rescue your dear friend.
Taunted Kefka.
By the time you'll have rescued your dear Bart, the old Barts will be gone. I'll give you a hint, though, on where to find him. Go to where Barts and Exodus last fought together.
After that's said, he teleports himself, leaving Zidane to ponder about what he just heard and fear for his friend's safe return. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Chapter 1 of Exodus Wants a Baby. Stay tuned for Chapter 2.
What a totally awesome chapter. You can really feel the intensity of Exodus' character. He just wants a baby.
It really, honestly, I never thought of Exodus like that before, but really, he's just a guy who wants a kid. It's moving to me.
I know. It makes me feel all PMSy. Now I'm getting mood swings.
Oh dear.
Because Exodus can't have them. He doesn't get menopause.
Indeed. So, he just needs a few used pads, a couple body parts placed just right, but maybe he can do it.
Yeah. So now let's go to Chapter 2 to find out if Exodus gets his baby. In a bedroom in Exodus' castle, Exodus appears and sets Bart still sleeping on the bed. He just finished undressing Bart and pulling the blankets up halfway on him when Kefka teleports in the room holding a bag. I brought the paralyzing powder, states Kefka. Just rub it into the guy's skin, or make it inhale it.
How much do I rub in to get the effects I want?
Exodus. Depends on how strong you want it to be, answers Kefka. Rub a lot on a part of the body for it to not be able to move that part completely. A pinch for a little bit of movement.
Thank you.
Says Exodus.
Now go.
Okay. Shrugs Kefka. Toodles! Then he vanishes. Exodus spends his time alone, rubbing a lot of powder on Bart's arms, legs, and torso. He put a pinch on Bart's neck. When he's done, Bart starts to wake up. Bart's POV.
I wake up to find I'm not in the forest I was in before, and I'm lying on something soft. I try to sit up, but my body won't obey. I can't even raise my head. Finally, you're awake, says a voice I don't want to hear in this situation. It's Exodus. Now we can get started. What do you want? I ask. At least I can still talk. For you to bear me a kid, states Exodus. Oh, excuse me, but I'm 100% male, I said. I can't do that. Oh, but with a little help from this device I made you will, he says as I hold up something that looks like a small flower pot attached to a tube of flesh in my sight. All I have to do is merge this in with your body, then I'll be able to mate with you. I've designed it so you can bear a sword through a tree for me, and I can torture you as I'm mating with you. You see, the flesh tube has lots of spots where when I hit them, they'll make you not resist but moan to me. He throws the part of the blanket that's covering my crotch. That's when I discovered that I'm totally naked. I don't want to be seen like this to my enemy. I feel him laying the thing on my hips. The pain erupts my entire hip section, and I feel the thing sink into me. Everything goes dark for who knows how long, but when I could see again, the pain stops. I see a man made out of polished wood lying next to me. Great, now we can have some fun, says the man who turns out to be Exodus. That's what you look like under your armor? I ask. Yeah, Excess chuckles as he gets on top of me. You're the first one to see me like this. Whoops. He thrusts something that feels like polished wood into the new hole in between my legs. I instantly feel a feeling I've never felt before fill my entire body. I try to hold in a moan, but he repeats pushing in and pulling out. I couldn't hold in a moan, so it escapes my lips. Now that's more like it.
Oh yeah, baby.
Laughs Exdeath as he leans in gripping my chin. He presses his lips against my lips and completes a kiss. I believe that was your first kiss, he says. He's right. The only kisses I ever got were from my parents. He continues thrusting in and out, and I continue to moan like there's no tomorrow. I turn my head from the side and close my eyes as I silently cry. Since Exdeath is also lying on my penis that's been building up, I could hear my heartbeat faster and harder. Exdeath just keeps thrusting for minutes without any end in sight. I suddenly feel something else flow inside me at the same time as his thrusted. He continues thrusting inside me for a bit longer before he pulls out. Now that that's over with, he says as he turns me onto my stomach, I want to do more before I call it a night. He picks me up and plunges his polished wood penis mercilessly up my rectum. I couldn't help but to scream as loud as I can. My tears flow like a waterfall now as the pain falls away. Looks like I also stole your virginity. Exodus chuckles. This time he doesn't thrust in on me, but he does grip on my penis as he begins pumping it. As he does this, the feeling on my hips gets more intense.